This video is going to show us our assignment of using the website Tagxedo to create a word art element for a digital presentation. So you're going to go to the website tagxedo.com, so tagxedo.com. It will not work using Chrome, so I am using Firefox. I have learned some things that Chrome is not supporting Silverlight any longer, and a lot of the things run on Silverlight or with Silverlight. So I have found more and more things, including even our own chess database, is not operating with Chrome. So I'm starting to use Chrome less and less as my browser of choice. So I go to Tagxedo, and you're going to click on the Start Now. It's going to bring up this screen with an example on it. So what we're doing is we're going to use a shape, and we're going to input words to make some word art. We're going to take a lot of the things we've already been working on and pull it together in this assignment. So we're going to use Google search. We're going to use some advanced search features. We're going to use our colors to communicate. We're going to use clip art. So this project will kind of pull together what we've gone through thus far. So what I'm going to do is we are traveling to Croatia soon, so I'm going to work on word art of Croatia, and that's what we're going to work through as the example today. So what you want to do to start with, I like to start with my shape. So you're going to go down to the shape and the over arrow, and there are quite a few different ones already in place, but what I'm looking for is not there. So I'm going to go to add an image, but first I haven't saved my image yet. So I need to open a new window to do a search, and I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to look for a Croatia map. But remember, we have some specifics of what we want. To use it in Tagxedo, we need to have it in black and white. So we're going to search for Croatia map, and then remember there are different search bars that come up automatically. So we're going to click on images, and it needs to be in black and white, really, to use Tagxedo the best. So I clicked on my search tools, and then it comes up with even more things that will help me narrow down my search. And I'm going to click on color because I want it in black and white. And that's helping me get my search down more. Now with Tagxedo, it does need to be a JPG file. So I'm going to do a search JPG. And remember, one of the other ways that you could do that when we're learning this, file type :JPG, and it's a Croatia map. Okay, and it also did bring that down here as well. JPG files are right there. So I'm going to decide which map I would like to use, and I think I'm going to use this one right here. So I'm going to right click on it, and then go to Save Image As. I'm going to save it on my desktop just so that it's easier to find when I'm looking for it. I'm going to call it Croatia Map for Training and click Save. Now I'm going to go back to my Croatia, or go back to Tagxedo, go to the over arrow by side shape. I'm going to add image. I had done this earlier as well, so I have actually more than one on my desktop that I'll search for my map of Croatia. put in my map. I actually used my other Croatia one. I must have saved it in a different spot, so we're just going to use the map I had already saved there. So it pulled in my map. You can kind of give it more definition or less if you're wanting to get some more of the detail. There's kind of a balance of how much detail you really want to get, because that's basically taking the shape that you gave it and turning it into a Tagxedo area. And then you can show the original so that you can kind of see how far off the shape is getting, especially if it's getting kind of far off. You want to maybe take a minute to bring in like, oh, where is that dividing line? Okay, when you are liking the shape that you have, you're going to click accept. And it takes a little bit. You can watch the progress bar. Okay, so there's my shape, and it's Croatia. Obviously, the words are not my words, nor the words that I desire to have fill my shape of Croatia. So to change that, you're going to go to the word load. That is where it's going to change your words. Now, let's go back and talk about this for a second. So what Tagxedo does is it takes your shape and puts in words and kind of makes a word art of that shape with all of your words. Some of the words are bigger than others. Some of them are different colors, things like that. And you can actually set it to which ones are going to be bigger. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But first, we need to get the words in there. So load. Now you can use your file on your computer. So if you are doing a history project about ancient Egypt and you've already typed the report in your in Word, you can just open up that document or browse to that document, use that document, and it will take the words that are in your presentation or in your report and it will put them into Tagxedo. This is great so that if you are wanting to advertise or kind of talk about or show the different features of an area or a subject matter. You could do something that would represent ancient Egypt. You could drop in your text from that and it would use the words in your report. I'm actually going to browse to a website or a web page because I don't really know a ton about Croatia yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Google again, and I'm going to type in Croatia travel. And then I'm going to look at my test or my answer results. And I'm going to go down here to Wiki Travel. It talks a lot about open source travel documents and it will have a lot of information about Croatia in it. The climate, the terrain, the history of it. So it's going to tell me a lot of facts about Croatia. So here's my website up here. And I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to go back to my Tagxedo page. And I'm going to put in the page and the website, and I have found that right-clicking is not seeming to be working. So remember your shortcuts. Remember, this is the review assignment that's kind of putting a lot of things together. So Control V to paste, and that's the website address. To copy it, remember you would highlight it and do Control C. Then you would go back to Tagxedo and you would do Control V to paste it. Then you're going to hit submit. And it's going to do its thing. And now it's using my words, or the words, not my words. Remember, we've talked about last week about how we need to make sure that we are giving credit where it's due and we're not claiming something for our own. So we are using a website page, and it, like the Lord wants us to be good stewards of what we have and be making sure we're always giving credit where credit is due. So we did get those words from a different website. So then what you're going to do, I want to show you a few things about this. When you click on Word Layout Options, Okay, on the word layout options, we're going to click on the word word, and this kind of just shows some different settings. So punctuation, it's saying that it's not using the punctuations. If you wanted to say no, but you wanted a certain thing, like an exclamation mark or something like that to show, you could put that exception in here. If you wanted numbers to show, you could set it to yes. If you wanted to remove common words, you could say yes or no. And combine related words, yes or no. Combine identical words, yes or no. Frequency modifier can change the frequency modifier. And then we're going to go to layout. And this kind of tells you the emphasis. So you can change the emphasis. You can change your maximum word count. So if you want to include a whole bunch of words, you can bump that word count more. If you are wanting the words tighter together, you could increase that. The color variation you could change. And then you could change your theme preferences or your font preferences. Then you could also, then if you click on the next thing, go back into the menu, click on the word skip. Go get a banana. If you click on the word skip, this allows you to see the words that are in your project. All of these are the different words, and then you can tell it to skip certain words. So if you're like, well, what does edit have to do with anything? I don't want that in there. So you can click on it and it highlights yellow, and that would mean that you would skip it. It would no longer be in your word art. Notice that the word edit is now removed. Let's go back. Whoops. And it is no longer in the list. So you do have to be careful once you skip it, it is no longer in the list. So just be wary of that when you click OK or accept, that does change it. And then advanced talks about changing the background color if you're desiring to change the background color. So we've talked about how to get the words in there. Ooh. Okay, when you go ahead and add your color code, I learned a few things about entering it. So you only put the word of your title of what you're going to call it in a single quotation, which is to the left of the enter key. So I'm calling it Croatia with a single quote in it. Then you put a space and then you put your first color, and it has to be in lowercase, it appears to me. So put it in lowercase, and then put a space, then put your next color code, space, next color code, and so on. Then you're going to hit submit. And it will be down here, and then you are going to actually click on the word add. I'm going to keep my background white. So now I have my colors in the colors of the country flag of Croatia. I have my words. I have my clip art shape. You can also change the font if you desire. You can take away different fonts. You could unselect them all and only select one font. So if you want all of the words, unselect. And then if you want to select one back, you can do just one. And then you can change the fonts around.